Ollie. Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing another pick a card reading. I'm going to use some sage to cleanse and set the intention before we start. Take a few deep breaths. And we're going to set the intention on behalf of our greatest and highest good, perfect comfort and clarity, from love and inspiration. We ask that whatever messages need to come through for us today do, and that we can heal anything that needs healing. I feel like that's a big thing for a lot of the collective energy lately, is healing. Based off of that, I want to have a chat with you guys today. So whilst I select some crystals, there's something I want to say. So, basically, I really enjoy doing love readings, as I'm sure you guys already know because it's like my whole channel. But there is a huge emphasis in the spiritual community on twin flames and soulmates. And I blame myself here because I started out my channel making those references because I hadn't fully become aware or understanding of what attachments people hold to those labels. And the labels themselves I don't really have an issue with, but what I'm seeing a lot in this community is, and not just on my channel, on lots of channels, and even with myself for quite some time, is an unhealthy attachment to these terms. And I'm here because I want to help heal and help you find answers. But because I'm tapping into a collective energy, and because I'm reading for literally thousands of people, it can't be accurate all the time for everybody. But I understand the weight of what a reading has for each individual, you know? Like I watch pick a card readings for myself all the time, and I know how intense they can be and how important they are. Every single one of them. But there are going to be messages every now and then that don't resonate with you, and it might be a whole reading, it might just be part of the reading, and there are going to be bits and pieces that confuse you. And I really want to make it clear that these readings are for guidance. They're not definitive answers for what's happening in your life. They are guidance, okay? Something about life that we need to understand, and I'm actually going to draw it out for you. I'm going to get a pen and paper because I want to explain this thoroughly. So bear with me 2 seconds. Okay, so I've got my pen and paper here. So if we consider life like the ocean, so we have the ocean here, okay, and then here we have land, and we have a channel of the ocean coming out through here, okay, and that channel might go on for ages. It might go through states, it might go only for a kilometer, who knows, right? But then off of that channel we have creeks or rivers even, okay, and then off of those rivers we have creeks. Yeah, so we have the channel, we have river, we have creek, okay? This is kind of how I see life, or source. So the ocean is source. The channel is like a collective energy, right? a collective manifestation of energy. And then we have, so this would be like one massive group of people, like 1 million people. Okay, this is everybody here, the ocean, source, this is the universe, this is like Earth. Who knows how many lives, like other planets and lives of beings are out there, right? And then we have, sorry, I'm talking very loud. Then we have the river, which can be like, I don't know, like another subsection of people, okay? Then we have a creek. And this can be like you, okay? You can be the creek. And say there's 2 creeks that come off one river, right? These are 2 separate soul streams. Soul stream. Soul stream. Okay, I'm going to turn this around for you so you can see. So we have source, the ocean. We have the channel, which is like a collective manifestation of energy, or like earth. Then we have the river, which is like another collective energy, but in a smaller subsection. And then we have the creek, which is like one soul stream, one person. And then we have another person, another soul stream, but they both bear off the same creek, okay? This is how we can see, or how we can kind of understand soul families. We're 2 separate manifestations, 2 separate channels of the same energy coming from the same river. But guess what? The river comes from the same channel. And guess what? The channel comes from the same source. Ultimately, we're all from the same source. We're all reflections of one another. Now, we find deeper understanding in our soul streams that come from the same creek because it's like we're made up of the same ingredients. But, you know, if we've got a river here and a river here, we might find in this river over time we have different minerals and different kinds of fish and different kinds of rocks, okay, than what we would find in this river. So, of course, these 2 creeks are going to understand each other better because they're from the same river than they would someone else from that river. They're going to recognize each other more because they have the same ingredients. But ultimately, you know, there are variables, but ultimately we're all in this subsection. We're all a part of source. We're all reflections of one another. So it doesn't matter if someone is your twin flame or your soulmate, as you want to classify it. We all have spiritual connections with one another. It's just about how much we understand one another and how much we reflect one another. How similar are we? And I think that's where the allure of it lies, because we love the idea of finding a counterpart. We love the idea of finding someone that is so similar to us, that understands us so deeply. I totally get it. I'm like that too. But everyone's like that. Most people are like that. But what we need to understand is it's not the be-all and end-all of connection. It doesn't lessen the other connections that we have, okay? It doesn't make them any less. You know, this creek is not better than this creek. It's just different. We just understand it differently. And I want to help you guys heal. And I see a lot of comments, not just on my channel, but on lots of channels, where people are feeling so torn up because things aren't working out in the way that they expected with someone who they think is their twin flame or a soulmate. Which is not to say that they aren't their twin flame or soulmate, but it's just to say that because we place those labels on them, we inherently place a lot of weight on the connection and a lot of expectation on the connection. And what we need to understand is it doesn't matter what the connection is. We have something to learn from everybody, not just our twin flames. So just because, you know, you think they're your twin flame and then you find out that maybe they're not because they broke up with you or they hurt your feelings or you haven't seen them for years or something, it doesn't lessen the connection. It doesn't make it less valuable. It just makes it not a twin flame. Yeah? And twin flames aren't always romantic. Twin flames are actually very difficult connections to come by, in the sense that they are very because these two, how do I describe it? Because these two creeks are mirroring each other, right? Because these two soul streams are mirroring each other, what we like about ourselves, we're going to like about that person. What we dislike about ourselves, we're going to dislike about that person, okay? It's so that we can learn more about ourselves, so inherently that connection is going to be a difficult one to have. But basically what I'm trying to say is, I'm going to get to the point now because I've been rambling on for like 10 minutes now. Basically what I'm trying to say is I'm going to stop using the labels twin flame and soulmate. I know I said I was going to start doing those divine feminine and divine masculine videos. I've now changed my mind. I'm sorry, I'm very indecisive, so I apologize that I announced that and I've now changed my mind. But I'm seeing that it's actually doing more damage than good talking about those things. What I want to heal is that we are all here from the same source. Like, we're all here from the same energy to understand one another. You know, the purpose of source is to expand. We are here to expand and learn more through different manifestations, whether you're a fly with how many whatever eyes they have, the hundreds of eyes that they have, or you're a dog, or you're a human being, or you're a rock. You know, source manifests itself in all different forms so that it can expand and learn as much as possible. So you're here as a human to expand on your own soul stream on behalf of source. Okay? Whether that to you is God, whether that to you is Allah, whether that to you is the universe, whatever it is, okay? We all have the same understanding of a higher being. In my perspective, we are equal to this being, okay? We are this being in different manifestations. To some people, God is a superior being. Whatever your belief is, we all can agree that we're here on behalf of this. So in choosing not to recognize value in each and every connection, in choosing not to feel gratitude for each connection that we have, and I mean every connection, and I know some people are going to be offended by that because a lot of connections can be very, very violent and very, very unstable and awful to be in, okay? And I've had those connections. You still need to be grateful for them, for how they've helped you to evolve, how they've helped you to expand. Yeah. And I just think that using the labels of twin flame and soulmate are inhibiting that. Okay, they're blinding us from the value in other connections. So from here on, I'm going to say spiritual connection, and I won't be labeling these connections anymore, okay? Because I think they get too confusing and they're far too inhibiting, and it's just not the point, okay? It's just not the point. So I won't be using those connection labels anymore. I apologize if it annoys you, if you want to leave my channel, or if you no longer want to watch my videos. I completely understand, but it's just not resonating with me anymore. I've finally come to a place of understanding how I feel. I've been on this journey for a while now, trying to figure it out, and I've finally figured it out. So, yeah, let's get on to the reading. Thank you for tolerating my nearly 15-minute ramble. Okay, so today's video is going to be the message that you need for inspiration. What message do you need to inspire you in life right now? I took this shell out because I felt like it had to be here, so I'm just going to place that there. So we've got amethyst, and we've got not amethyst, but something that kind of looks like amethyst. It's got like a purpley kind of feeling or look to it, but it's not amethyst. Okay, so the question again is, what is it that will be like a firefly for you? What is it that's going to inspire you, to motivate you towards your next highest good, your next step in life, which is going to propel you towards that expansion I was just talking about, yeah? So I'd like you to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. I'm going to release any pent-up frustration. I want you to release any pent-up frustration. Feel free to pause the video if you need time to choose. We have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. And when you're ready, we will get into the reading, okay? And I've got my Nana Maureen is here with me today. This was my Nana's ring. She died about 40 years ago now. And my mum always wears this ring, but she's just gone overseas and she didn't want to take it with her in case she lost it, so I'm wearing it. So I've got her with me today. She's one of my spirit guides, so she's always with me, but it's just nice to have a little physical reminder of her. Okay, so we'll start with group number 1. Okay, we have the 10 of Wands. We have the 8 of Cups. Sorry, the clouds just seem to have moved over the sun, so it got a bit dark. We have the Empress. And this could be in reverse or in alignment, so it just depends on how the reading goes. But I've got a very mixed energy about that one. That's a lot of cards. Okay. Take them there. Okay, we have Strength on the bottom of the deck, which I asked me to take. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands up here, King of Pentacles, the Star, the 7 of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, it's very cold, so I'm just going to lay my poncho over my legs. It's a bit chilly. Alright. So, group number 1, collective group number 1. I have here that you're very ambitious. I'm not seeing this 10 of Wands as burden. I'm actually seeing this as building. Okay, you like hard work. Or at the very least, you don't mind it. You're willing to put in hard work because you see the big picture. You see the big purpose of building. You see how it can create growth for you. And you like to do things yourself because you know you can trust yourself. But it's also like you like to help people, I'm seeing here too. It's not just, you're not just building for yourself, you're building for those around you. It's like building huts in countries of need, you know, that need shelter, that kind of idea. And with the 4 of Wands, I'm really seeing confirmation of that. Like you build for like, not just like you're not just building for these 2 people, you're building for this whole community in this castle, creating like growth and flourishment. Flourishment? I don't even know if that's a word. And you walk away from anything that doesn't serve you. You really go after things that you're passionate about. You really chase the things that you're passionate about. And you're not interested in staying in the past. You're very good at not focusing too much on the past unless it's required for your development and learning. You're good at being in the present. You might be a little bit ahead in the future, but that's just because you have a lot of vision, okay? And it's actually, I'm hearing, it's actually required for a lot of your soul purposes, okay? You asked to come in here with vision for the future, for understanding of the bigger picture, for a greater perspective, like the eagle. So sometimes you do get really caught up in the future. And we have the Empress here, so you're actually quite I don't want to say like authority, but it's that kind of idea of authority where you might not even realize it, but you demonstrate how to live to a lot of people. A lot of people really look up to you. You show people how to be comfortable in their passion. You show people how to create growth from their passion and how to create a stream of nurture from your passion. You show people how to be comfortable as you are. Like, you would go out in something, you know, if you have an eccentric sense of fashion, you would go out in something that you feel really happy in, that your friend wouldn't be caught dead in, but your friend loves that you wear it because you're comfortable in who you are. So you're teaching them how to be comfortable with themselves. That kind of idea. Like, that's just like one example, but like, you know how to be yourself. You're comfortable with being yourself, and you're comfortable with your desires and your passions, and you're an example for people on how to go after what they want. And it's very sexy too. Like, it's very empowering to a lot of people who are attracted to you. Like, it really like turns people on about you. I'm hearing, like, yeah. You're very, 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 very strong. My dog Ollie just looked at me like, calm down. But it's true. You're incredibly strong. Like the ether, you know, like you're very enigmatic and eccentric, and you're variable as well. They're saying, like, you have variable elements of your personalities that come out of you, but in like equal strength. Like, so one day you might be like really hippie, and another day you might be really high fashion, that kind of idea. And you love every single part of yourself that likes to express itself on different days. You're good at taking care of yourself, I'm hearing, but because you do a lot of hard work, that's kind of your way of taking care of yourself. It's not really like pampering. It's more so like, you know how to nurture your soul's desires. You know how to go after what you need for your soul. So when I say you take care of yourself, taking care of yourself might be living in a tent with like no facilities off the grid, but it feeds your soul and nurtures your soul to live off the grid. Okay, it's not necessarily going to a spa and getting your nails done or anything like that, or spending thousands of dollars on clothing. What I'm hearing is like, you nurture your soul, you nurture your soul's needs, and even when it makes you afraid, like to do something so bold, you still go ahead and you do it. You give yourself the love that you require in order to move forward and do that. And again, it's a demonstration for people. People really love it. I can see that some of you are bloggers or vloggers. Like, you talk to people about what you do. You talk to people about your adventures. I'm hearing a lot of you are backpackers, or you have been backpackers in the past. Yeah, because you're not afraid of being alone. You're not afraid of being out in the cold. You actually enjoy the journey. It's like a way of spiritual transformation for you. It's a way to grow for you. It's a way for you to meet new people and find new opportunities. And it's actually going to be how you meet your counterpart, or how you have met your counterpart, okay? If you're in a relationship, that's how you met them. If you're not in a relationship, that is how you will meet them, through exploring your passions, through exploration, through divine guidance. When you're really nurturing your soul, when you're really doing the things that nourish your soul, that is when you will meet your divine counterpart, okay? And I'm also hearing that you have an excellent balance of masculine and feminine energy. Like, you're really... yeah, you've got like what was that? Anyway, you've got like 1 foot in and 1 foot out of each, yet you stand stable between them both, like hands on your hips, feet wide apart, 1 foot in one pool, 1 foot in the other pool, and they both channel up through your body to your heart chakra, and then you express it evenly through your throat chakra, is what I'm hearing. Like, you're very, very balanced. And again, you're a beacon of energy for a lot of people. You're a source of inspiration for a lot of people. I'm hearing for some of you, you're your own source of inspiration, and that is amazing. Like, I'm not saying you're up yourself or anything, but you inspire yourself because when you do things that fulfill you, you realize how good it makes you feel, and it motivates you to do more, okay? I'm not saying you're up yourself. I'm just saying you know how to keep yourself going. You know how to inspire yourself to keep on doing what you love. And like you really, you're like the mother bird for the baby birds. You teach the baby birds how to fly, okay? You teach them how to pursue their dreams. You teach them how to go after what they want. You teach them how to never give up and keep on fighting the good fight. Again, here I'm saying like you're really firm in both worlds, okay? You're very practical, enigmatic, but you're also very courageous and expressive and adventurous, okay? And you're very, very independent. Even if you are in a relationship, you don't, you love them in the right way. You don't love them because you need to love them. You love them because they help you to expand. They help you to grow in ways that you couldn't just do on your own. You don't require their, you're not constantly seeking their approval because you have that approval from within yourself, okay? And they love that about you, okay? Because to them, it helps them find that element of themselves as well, like where they can find their own approval for themselves. But in a way, it's like weirdly, like it helps you to approve of each other as well, because you're reflecting that same quality in one another. And this is for people who are in relationships, but if you're not in a relationship, this will be a quality of your relationship too, is like what you admire in your counterpart is what helps, like it's because you want to be like that, so it helps you to grow. And it's the same with your friendships as well and your family relationships, I'm hearing. But people really celebrate you, whether they tell you or not. There's a lot of internal mental celebration, I'm hearing, like a lot of admiration of you. So if you're ever feeling down and like you're not good enough, which I'm not thinking is very often for you guys, but if, you know, we all go through those times, if you ever are, like this is your inspiration. Remember who you are. Remember how powerful you are. You are like a starseed. Definitely you are someone who's here to help guide people and to transition from our current state of being into the new way, into a way of higher thinking and kinder expression of our consciousness. You really love dogs. A lot of you really love dogs. And if you don't love them, you are intrigued by them. I'm hearing some of you are actually scared of dogs, but you're weirdly intrigued by them too. So if you are one of those people, I recommend that you explore your connection to dogs, because they have a very beautiful way of loving people unconditionally. Like, I'll never forget this video I saw once of these kids playing basketball, and there was a golden retriever out there with them, and one of the kids went to shoot the hoop with the basketball and it hit the golden retriever in the head. And the dog's reaction was to wag its tail and to come up to the human and give it some kisses. Like, can you imagine doing that to a person? Like, most people would crack the shits, like, but the dog is like, it's okay, I still love you. Like, they just love unconditionally. It's literally like touchable happiness. So if you're a little bit afraid of dogs, I recommend that you explore your connection with them. Obviously, like, to a safe level. Like, don't go trying to pat some stray dog that you don't know, but like with safe dogs, you know. But yeah, I think like this was more of a complimentary reading, but it's inspiring to you anyway, because it's making you feel really good about yourself, and it's awakening. I feel like a lot of you have let this part of yourself be dormant for a little while. You still knew it was there, but it's kind of been dormant. You've just been resting. So this is kind of to wake that part up of you again. Let's take a mermaid oracle card, then we'll take an animal spirit card. A new dawn, yeah. So you guys are waking up. The worst is now behind you and positive new experiences on the horizon. So you're about to start a new phase for some of you of this part of yourself. You're about to start a new karmic cycle with this part of yourself. Like, it's like you're your own friend on this journey, kind of. So let's take an animal spirit card. Oh, okay. That's a lot, but I'll take them. Why not, my loves? Why not? And that one too. Okay. So we have the bee, so you're a networker, and again, as I was saying, you're a starseed, you're essential to this environment, you're essential to our world, you're essential to our spiritual vibration. Without the bees, we wouldn't have much, so you're like one of the bees. Without you, we wouldn't have much, okay? You're the otter, you inspire people, you are friendly, you're enigmatic, you're exciting to be around, people love to be around you, and you're very cuddly and cozy. And I'm seeing here that you're very beautiful, very elegant, and even if it's not like in physicality, it's in your energy, okay? Because you are aware of your power, yet you don't use it for wrong way. Like you don't manipulate people with it. Like I'm not so much hearing that you're humble. Not to say that you're like the opposite of humble, but it's not like you self-depreciate or that you are overly humble, but it's like you're very comfortable with who you are and you're very aware that it's like, yes, I am a powerful person, and I'll use it when I need to. I'll use my horns when I need to, but most of the time I'm just going to sit here and enjoy the sunset. Yeah? You like to observe. And you know what, if this reading for you is not like resonating, like if you feel self-doubt or if you feel like, I'd love to be like this, but I'm just not there. You are going to be there. This is like your path. That's what they're saying. Like there is someone listening to this. It's like, I wish I was like this. And it's like, trust me, you know, universe is saying this is where you're headed, darling. It's like some British person. They're like, this is where you're headed, darling. So it's like, yeah, don't worry. Like you're on your way. Okay, because we've got the earthworm here as well. So it's like, for those of you that are feeling doubtful of this reading and of your power, it's like, just because you're blind to it doesn't mean that you haven't got all of this energy within you. It doesn't mean you haven't got this whole gorgeous, colorful aura surrounding you. You're just starting out on this journey for some of you, but it's a beautiful journey that you're going to be on. And you're going to learn secret truths about yourself. This is like a slow culmination of little bits and pieces of your personality that build up into one huge, beautiful, gorgeous golden egg, you know? All of the like hormones and all of the bits and pieces of the chicken's body that had to go into making that egg. Like you're in the process of making the egg, and then you've got to hatch it, and then you just got to like let it sit for a while before it births. So for some of you, you're in the process where the egg has been hatched and it's just like sitting there and like growing. Some of you, it's still developing, like you haven't hatched the egg yet. Some of you, it's just about to crack open. Some of you, it has cracked open and this is like reminiscent, you know, whatever. But the point is, I think I got a bit weird then, but the point is like, it's a slow culmination of energy which you are building. Some of you have built it and you're enjoying the fruits of that. Some of you are just starting building the nest. Some of you are nesting right now, okay? And we have the unicorn here. Believe that this is you. If you are still doubting that this is you, believe that unicorns are like a representation of like, that would be so cool if they were real, but they don't exist. And it's like, this card is like, hey, if you see this unicorn exists, man, like believe it. But again, I'm seeing like the horns, and like the unicorn is very elegant, very etheric, very kind, but has a steady momentum and will defend itself when required. But the horn is not so much like a defense mechanism on the unicorn, more so it's like a point of channeling. So for you, I see it as like, you have a very good balance of like, and similar to the divine masculine and feminine energy, like you've got a very good balance of like channeling and defending where required with your horns. You just go with the flow, you just do what you need to do. You're comfortable with the depths of emotion and the different requirements of life, and you're very comfortable with how life sometimes requires you to use different parts of yourself to survive. You're okay with that part of your nature. So yeah, let's take one Moonology card and then we'll finish up. Okay, we've got 2. So we have the end of a tough cycle approaches, but again, we've got like the horns, like a gazelle kind of figure. So this is just confirmation for those of you that kind of feel like, hey, like, this isn't me. Well, that is ending, and very soon you're going to realize it's you. And plus we had which card was it? There was another card that was like about the end of a tough cycle. A new dawn, the end of a tough cycle. So yeah, that's just another confirmation for you. And we've also got conclusions are within reach. So you're about to find out very soon just how powerful you are, because we've got the full moon eclipse. Okay, my darlings, I hope you enjoyed that reading. I'm sending you lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of love and much appreciation. I've been getting so many beautiful comments and so many blessings from people, and I just want to send it all back to you twofold. Like, thank you so much. It's just awesome to wake up and be able to read such beautiful comments from people, so thank you so much. And I hope to see you in the next reading. P.S. if you'd like a private reading with me, then my email's in the description box below, and I do appreciate your support. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. Hello, group number 2. For those of you who chose the little triangular amethyst, we'll get into the reading. We're going to start with the Sentinel Tarot. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Six of Cups. 366. Interesting. That means something to someone. Because, you know, half of 6 is 3. FYI. And then 6 plus 6 is 12. And 1 plus 2 is 3. So life path number 3. Anyone out there with the life path number 3, this is going to be an important message for you. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. I found out last night that my life path is number 7. I'm only just starting to get into numerology, like, properly. Like, I've always had a basic understanding of it, but never really, like, a deep understanding, so I'm trying to learn. And apparently my good matches a life path number 3 or a life path number 5. So hello, number 3s and 5s. Let's see what else comes out. And if you don't know what your life path number is, just type in numerology calculator. One of my friends, Courtney, she has a YouTube channel. She's a tarot reader. She's amazing. And she's about to release a music video too. So she's very talented. She sent me a clip of her music, which is like amazing. So I'll pop a link to her YouTube page below. But she introduced me to numerology, and she was like the one that like encouraged me to get into it, and sent me like a link to that calculator. And like all last night I was like reading up on it. So thank you to Courtney if you're watching this. If you're not watching this, then I'll tell you thank you anyway. But yeah, definitely go and check out her page, because she does amazing readings too. Okay, we've got the Eight of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups, and we have Death. And they're telling me to stop there. Okay. Sorry guys, someone's... What is it? Okay, they want me to take a goddess card now. Will do. 99. Yes, 99. Whenever you're ready, I will take the card that you give me. I will accept it. Oh my god, what are you guys doing to me? Which one is it? This one. Ooh, funky. We got Thetis. Sorry, it just got really dark in here. Okay, so Thetis is a Greek sea goddess who represents fertility. She is a creator goddess, for all life begins in the sea, and she is usually portrayed as a Nereid sea nymph, a beautiful young semi-divine goddess fond of dancing and singing. She helped raise the artisan goddess Hephaestus and once provided sanctuary for Dionysus. Or Dionysus. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me today? Thetis is particularly known as a shapeshifter. When Peleus desired to marry her, she transformed herself into fire, water, a lion, and a serpent in order to escape him. As the personification of calm waters, Thetis is responsible for providing a peaceful sea. She is that center of peace and calm that is always available, even in the midst of changing forms. She is a goddess who enjoys life's pleasures. That is beautiful. And we have a raven in that image too, or a crow. So I feel like that's you. Like, you're very like you're like the one that keeps everyone calm amongst the storm, like the buffalo. Okay, so group number 2. What's up for the collective with group number 2? Yeah. You're like the mediator in the family. I wouldn't be surprised if you're actually a lawyer or a mediator or a counselor or a life coach or a florist for some of you. That's weird. It's completely like not like the other ones, but anyway. Dog trainer, some of you. You're very good at like tempering people, at temperament. You have a very good temperament. So you're very good at like, you're like this kind of, how do I want to word it? Like you guys are confusing me. What is up with your energy? It's like sometimes you're like, let's go party, and then other times, but it's like even when you're like, even when you want to go partying, it's like you're like very like mysterious. That's what it is. So for you, when you're in a party mode, people can't tell that you're in a party mode because you're like very quiet about it. I feel like you talk very calmly and deeply and softly but powerfully is what they're saying. And you're like an elephant energy, like very just powerful in their presence but humble in their soul and calm in their soul. Does that make sense? Damn, that took me a while to figure out. And like because of that, this is why you're very excellent at mediating, because you understand why people are angry, you understand why people are feeling passionate, you empathize with it even, yet you know how to counter it with softness and intelligence and practical application of theoretical desire. Does that make sense? I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Like, you know how to practically apply what you want in a way that compromises with two different parties. I really hope that makes sense. I'm not very good at articulation, obviously. You're excellent at reconciliation, obviously. You might even be a divorce lawyer with this 10 of Pentacles. You're a divorce lawyer. Some of you are death row lawyers, criminal lawyers, but you defend the defendant. But only, like, it's kind of like the Innocence Project, that kind of idea. Like, you defend the people that actually deserve it, not, like, actual, like, bad people. Yeah. You are a guiding light in hard times. You know how to get through bullshit. It's like you just have this understanding. Like, you can read situations really well, and you just understand, like, where the bullshit lies and why the bullshit is there, and you know exactly how to clean it up. It's got something to do with your past lives, guys. Like, I feel like a lot of you have been involved in, like, politics in your past life, and you know how manipulative people can get, but you also know how raw and vulnerable those people are. So you know how to handle them, and you know how to be empathetic with them. Yeah, very mysterious, very quiet. People always want to get to know you, but they can if they want to, but they need to be very like real with you about that. Like, you don't chase people. You don't chase people. If someone wants to get to know you, that's awesome. You'd like to get to know them back, but you're not gonna fluff about. Like, if someone's like, hey, let's catch up, and then it's like, nah, I'm too busy, or is like too shy to speak to you, like, to you, it's not your job to help people be brave. Your job is to like, how do I describe this? Like, instead of being like, so for example, in a war, like, I can imagine, like, if you lived a past life during, like, the World War, or if you were involved in civil wars in past lives, like, you weren't the ones that were involved in the fighting. You were the doctors that fixed things after. You were the doctors that healed the injuries, but it wasn't your job to be like, you weren't like the commander that made people step up and be brave. You were the ones that healed them after they had been injured from acts of courage or stupidity sometimes. Yeah. And I'm not referring to war. Like, there's no such thing as the soldiers, for example, being stupid. Like, there was a lot of stupidity in war, but the soldiers themselves weren't always stupid. Anyway, complicated topic that I won't get into any further. Yeah, you some of you deal with death, like your funeral directors, or you're just like, you guys are like the people that know how to handle bullshit. I don't know how to put it any other way. Like, funeral directors, for example, are like really good at just being the organized essence, the organized person when everyone else can't think clearly, you know? You keep the sea calm, literally. Like, you keep things, you have a really high perspective of everything, a really clear perspective of everything. You have a deep knowing and understanding of the deepest parts of people. Kind of like the moon. Like, the moon observes us all, but guides us at the same time without really stepping in. Like, you don't control what people do, you just guide them and you heal them like the moon. It's kind of like, you know, what's the god that is it Khaleesi? Not out of Game of Thrones. There's like a god that's responsible for creating the storms in the ocean. And then like, so instead of being the one that's responsible for the storms, you're responsible for the calm. You're the person that cleans up, that manages. You'd make really good managers in business as well. Okay, let's take an animal spirit card. What did I tell you? You guys are healers. The dolphin. You guys would be the doctors, not the soldiers. Yep. When people come by you, when people cross paths with you, it affects them for the whole day. Okay? You just have, this is what I was feeling at the start of the reading, like when I was saying like you like to have fun but you don't show people that, like when you're in that party mood, you're very quiet about it. Like you are that person that would walk into a room or walk into a bar, and I can imagine you wearing something burgundy or like purple or dark pink, like fuchsia, you know, or you'd have that colour lipstick on, or you'd have that colour shoe on or something, your nails, right? And you just be that person that like walks into a room and observes everything and everyone, and you're not fidgeting with anything, you know, you have a very steady walk and you just kind of scan the room and everyone notices you. And you're not intimidated by it. You are kind of intimidating actually, but not in the wrong sense, not in an evil sense. Like you're just very balanced, like you're very powerful. And you're very knowing. People recognize that about you. People like that about you, but it scares them too. And you might have struggles with people not, like you might start to get close to someone and all of a sudden they run away. It's because you've seen something in them that they don't want anyone to know. And so they run away. You force people to confront their deep, darker sides, okay? And it freaks them out that you even recognize that in them, and it freaks them out that they need to now recognize it because you've brought it up. And you don't do it on purpose. And it's not a bad thing at all. It's actually healing. But that's why people might run away from you often. Okay, let's take look, the swan. I just picked up the top. You mirror people's shadows to themselves. So when they look at you or when they talk to you, you wake something up in them that they were trying to suppress or that they weren't willing to confront. So you're kind of like the source of, justice. You know, you're like the judge in a courtroom kind of idea, even though I said a lot of you are lawyers. Some of you are judges, you know. You just observe everything. You make the ultimate decisions. You reflect things to people that they are scared of but need to be confronted for healing. Okay, let's take a Moonology card. Oh, they want me to take an Arthurian tarot. It's interesting here. We've got the Chariot, which is a stormy sea as depicted here. But you're like that ray of light that comes through and illuminates the new path through the storm. Okay? And we have the Eight of Wands. You're very good at communicating truth to people. And again, like staying steady and having a direction in waters. Like the current looks like it's going, I don't know, that's a waterfall, so it is going that way. But like even as you approach a waterfall, like you're not afraid. Like you realize you're on the right path, okay? In fact, I think you'll enjoy the unpredictable. I think you'll enjoy, it sometimes when you're about to be propelled over the edge of a waterfall because you know so much and you can predict so much and you understand so much. I wouldn't be surprised if I know that a lot of you are life path number 3s, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are life path number 7, because life path number 7 do have like an overall perspective and understanding of people and patterns in people. Like, you can read a person very quickly. So when something is unpredictable to you, it's exciting. It's not nerve-wracking because you're very good at handling the unpredictable and managing it. So it's just exciting for you. So you actually enjoy that sometimes. Okay, and we'll take an angel oracle card for our final message, I think. Oh, yeah, healing again, ideas and inspiration, and forgiveness. So you help people forgive one another too, because remember how I said like you're very good at finding compromise for people, and that's why some of you are divorce lawyers. Sorry, some of you are divorce lawyers or mediators, because you're good at helping people find ways to forgive one another. You give them new ideas on how they can find compromise, and you are healing. And the inspiration for you here is, I feel like some of you find that really annoying about yourself because people do run away from you, but this is to help you recognize that you're a rare kind of person and you are needed, just like group number 1, like the bee. You are needed in this world. Like, we wouldn't be able to survive without the bees, and you're one of the bees, my friend. So again, like, we've got a lot of green here. You're a teacher to people, you're healing to people, and I think you feel really connected with people. I wouldn't be surprised if for a lot of this collective in group number 2, you really resonated with what I was saying at the start of this video, if you watched it, where you understand that each person has value in mirroring lessons to one another. We each have value in our connections with everybody. You don't take any connection for granted because you recognize it helps you to learn. You really enjoy expansion and learning, okay? And you enjoy doing it through observation and connection with other people, okay? So that's part of your life purpose. So if it annoys you, I get it, but recognize how valuable it is, okay? I feel like a lot of you do realize that it's valuable and realize that it has a purpose, and don't let it make you feel wishy-washy about yourself, okay? Because it's very inspiring and very I don't know how to describe this. I'm getting this image kind of like an angel aura kind of quartz look, like just this glow, like angel wings glowing, like silvery kind of opaly glow. That's you, yeah? That's your energy. Like this kind of like a blue iridescence. Like, just like this white kind of glow that has all these different colors that iridesce through it. Beautiful. Really, 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 really gorgeous. Like this translucence to it as well. Yet this milkiness at the same time. It's gorgeous. Your aura is gorgeous, group number 2. You're very, very beautiful. So please don't get annoyed by it. I know it's hard, but you have a very important purpose here. We all do, but you have one of the more difficult purposes to follow, which I know is hard, but you have it because you can handle it, okay? So that's your inspiration. You can handle it, and it's going to serve you very well. So keep it up, my loves. Okay, group number 2, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. I just want to say a big thank you. I've been receiving a lot of really beautiful comments from people, and as I was saying to group number 1, like, I check the comments when I wake up in the morning, and it's so nice to wake up to so many lovely comments and blessings from people, and I just love to send that all back to you. Thank you so much, and I'm sending you blessings twofold. And I really love the community that we're building here. I'm just, yeah, it's awesome. So thank you so much. And if you'd like a private reading with me, I do appreciate the support. My email is in the description box below. But otherwise, I hope to see you in the next reading, and I hope that this was, you know, very inspiring for you, in the sense like it's turning out to be more of like a complimentary reading, but it's nice to be complimented. Being complimented is inspiring in itself. So yeah, thank you, group number 2. I'll see you in the next reading. Okay, hello group number 3 who chose this delicate little cloud, purple cloud. Alright, so we're going to start with the Sentinel Tarot and see what comes through for you, my darlings. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Ooh. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. Never mind. We have the Eight of Cups. The Six of Swords and the Strength card. Love the Strength card. I'm thinking about getting it tattooed, but it'd be a pretty big tattoo, and I'm not. I have a lot of small tattoos, but I don't have many like big ones. So I don't know if I should do it or not. And we have the Page of Pentacles. And we have the Nine of Cups. And we've got a couple more to come out. So the King of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. The Devil. Three of Wands. The Five of Cups in reverse. The Star. And the Lovers. Cool beans. So group number 3. Oh, they want me to take the bottom. And Death. Dun dun dun. Nah, I'm joking. Okay. Group number 3, my darlings. Let's have a look here at the energies. You guys never miss an opportunity. In fact, you seek them out. You don't wait for opportunities to come to you, you find them. You are ambitious as fuck. So ambitious. It's awesome. Very self-motivated. Very self-motivated. You attract opportunities to you, they're saying. Like, even though you seek them out too, you don't create resistance by seeking them. Like, you just know how to find them. And people recognize, like, when people cross paths with you, they recognize that you're very self-motivated, very ambitious, and they if they have something that they can offer you, if they're looking for a particular person for something in particular, like a job or a course or a duty, like they will consider you, and they will often offer it to you because they recognize your capability, even if you're not meeting with them for a purpose of getting something. Pardon me. They just recognize it in you. They see you as potential. You have so much potential and you fulfill it, okay? It's not just wasted, you actually fulfill it. With this Nine of Pentacles, you walk away from anything that doesn't serve you. You're not interested in it, but you do know when something requires hard work. You do recognize that you're going to have off days and good days for everything, and that's because you're very strong and capable, and you realize that these big opportunities lead to even more like little streams of other opportunities, so that you can build upon your collection of opportunities. Basically, like, you're very eclectic, not eccentric. You're very eclectic. Like, I feel like you like everything from pop to jazz to classical to screamo music, any of it. Like, very eclectic, and you're proud of that. Sorry, I stutter when I'm tired. It makes you learn. It helps you to learn. It helps you to awaken. It helps you to see. It helps you to grow. Like, I can imagine all of these cups being filled up with tiny little seeds that you're just ready to plant at the right time, you know? It's like how, like I think it's in Antarctica, or like either the North or the South Pole, they have some sort of government somewhere has like this little concrete building slab tucked underneath all of like the snow. What am I trying to say? Basically, it's like this little greenhouse full of all of the seeds that we need for Earth to rebuild if it dies. Oh my God. What am I trying to do right now? Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't understand what I'm even saying. My eyes are burning. I need to go to sleep. Oh God, okay. I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't know, it just hit me like a ton of bricks all of a sudden. Yeah. Seeds. You have lots of seeds. And pretty much you help them to grow, okay? You plant them. You don't just leave them sitting in the cups to dry up and wither away. You plant them and you nurture them and you allow them to grow and you prosper from it. Yeah? It's like your magic wand. It's like Jack's beans, okay? It's like your magic beans, man, except they actually are magical, and instead of leading you to a bloody giant murderer, they lead you down amazing paths in life. You never give up, but sometimes you are deceptive for your cause, okay? Sometimes you do let manipulative tendencies get the better of you because you're very, very, very good at it. Yeah, and you don't even realize that you're doing it. You never ever do it with malintent, okay? I feel like you kind of deceive yourself that what you're doing is right for your cause, for other people's causes. You never do it for the wrong reasons, but it might not be 100% the best reason, okay? That's what I'm hearing. So, in a way though, it's kind of like you're meant to be like that because it's a lesson you're supposed to learn, and it's causing these little butterfly effects and are meant to happen, they're saying. So, yes, definitely try to improve on it, but don't feel guilty for it, okay, either, they're saying. I feel like some of you are so career oriented and motivated by ambition that you haven't really focused a lot on love, and now you're waiting for it and you want it. But they're actually here It's like they're right there. It's not necessarily like that you can access them right now, but they are in your life whether you know it or not. It's like you could turn around a corner at any moment and meet them, which is not to say that you'll meet them soon, but it is to say that it could happen at any moment soon. It is going to happen soon. It's going to happen soon for a lot of you. Sorry, I'm getting so many mixed messages. Okay. So, but, okay. That's what it is. It's like universally soon, but in a lifetime sense, it's not. It's like snail pace for us. Or it feels like snail pace for you because you see things in advance and it's like time doesn't move fast enough for how you need things to develop in all aspects of your life. Okay, that's why I was so confused. Okay, so it's like, it will be soon. It could be like in a week, but for you, a week feels like a year for a lot of you because you do so much in a week, yeah? You expand so much in a week that like a week is like a year for you. And you're probably one of those people where it's like when someone says, wow, where'd this year go? It went so fast. You're like, man, I felt every single moment of it. That's you. So it's going to feel like it's really slow and really ages away, but it's actually coming faster than you will acknowledge, is what they're trying to say. What else? You don't dwell over lost opportunities because you don't lose many, because you see it as purposeful. You see it as that happened for a reason. That door closed so that I could walk through the other door, which was a better door for me to go through anyway, that kind of idea. You're very, you can trust yourself. You trust your own intuition. You trust your gut. You trust your own guidance. You like to give people secret presents. This is a really random message. You'd like to give people secret presents. You like prank jokes too. Like you like giving people like Jack in the Box kind of things. You find that really satisfying. That's really mean, guys. Nah, it's funny. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you like to give people like Jack in the Box things, but like when they open the Jack of the Box, they get like the initial scare, but then they realize like at the bottom of the box is like, I don't know, fucking diamonds or something, whatever it is, you know, like you like being a trickster. And you really come from a place of love. You will do necessary things like that might seem harsh or might seem like cruel, but it's actually from a place of love. And you know that it needs to be done. I feel like you guys are the type of people that are brutally honest, but you're not, there's a very distinct difference between being brutally honest and just being honest to be a bitch, okay? And a lot of people excuse their bitchiness with, I'm just brutally honest, but you're not like that. You are just genuinely brutally honest, coming from a place of love. You're not interested in lying. You're not interested in crap. You just want to tell people the truth. You just want to be honest and authentic, okay? You're not a bitch. And some people might misinterpret you in that way, but they just don't understand, okay? But there is a distinct difference, okay? I'm like, it's one of my pet peeves is when people are like, oh, I'm just brutally honest, but they're just using that as an excuse to be a bitch, you know? Like, I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about because you are brutally honest. You recognize that difference too. Okay, let's take a Moonology card. And then we'll take an animal spirit card. Ooh, okay. meditate and contemplate. So this is my card for spiritual connection, oncoming spiritual connection. So you are waiting for it, but it is coming, as I said. Be bold and make the first move, which I think you'll have no issues with. You are good enough, okay? Some of you are feeling self-depreciating, or some of you are feeling like you don't know, like love is like that one sector of your life that like you have no idea about because you've never really paid much attention to it. So this is just the universe saying you are good enough. And like, I can't help but notice like the chakra above her head, like, was not meant to be a chakra, but it reminds me of a chakra above her head glowing pink. Like, you innately understand how to be loving. And even with this be bold to make the first move, like, it's innate for you. You know how to come from a place of love. Even with this card, like death, like the saddle that he's riding on is pink, you know? And then we have luck is on your side. Don't fret, my loves. Don't fret. And we're going to take a Moonology card. I mean, a mermaid and dolphins card. That's what I'm trying to say. Rest. You've been working hard, take a nap and get some rest. So that might be a good way to open the gateway for love to come into your life, is if you rest on all of this for a bit. And I am getting the message, it's like a song, and it goes, I wish I found you sooner, I could have loved you longer. That might resonate for some of you. You might have this feeling of guilt, like, I spent a lot of, like, so much time on my career and on my ambitions that I didn't focus on love. And like, you might have just met this person already and you might be like, it took me so long to meet you, I could have loved you for so much longer, I wish I met you sooner, that kind of idea. But they're saying you met them at the right time, don't feel guilty about it. If you haven't met, just wait, don't rush into it, don't feel like you're wasting time and missing out on the time you could have spent with your loved one. Everything is happening in divine guidance. You are protected. This union is protected. Your life is protected. Just be tranquil and rest at the moment. That's what they're saying, because you're more powerful than you realize. And I think that your energy of feeling like rushed and like you're wasting time is actually creating resistance. So, and especially because you're very much like those people that is like a week feels like a year. Like, you know, I feel like you might often find, which is why you're so ambitious, that you are walking up against a brick wall because things just aren't moving as fast as you need them to. But just remember that you are empowered and that things happen as they need to. And yes, your intuition is correct. Take action accordingly. So whatever that means to you. But I'm also seeing, like, yes, if you have doubt, like if you feel like you've run out of time to meet someone, you're not right. You're wrong about that. So don't trust your intuition on that. But if your intuition is like telling you, like your mind is playing games on you and you haven't run out of time, then yes, your intuition is right. But basically saying, yes, someone is coming into your life. Okay? We got there eventually, my loves. And they want me to take a little mini tarot, so I'm going to do that. Ooh, death again. Death of the old. You're not going to be single for much longer. You know how to love. You know how to create. The seed of life, my dears. You are the seeds of life. And you know how to plant them and you know how to nourish them. So why would it be any different with love? That's what they're saying. And look, I just cut the cards and we've got Wheel of Fortune, a positive change in your favour, and the King of Pentacles. Again, you know how to nurture, you know how to love. Do not worry, my dears. Okay, group number 3, that is all I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. I hope it inspired you to make you feel good about yourself, and that you enjoyed the compliments. And I just want to send you all so much love and thanks, as I said to group number 1 and group number 2. I read my comments in the morning when I wake up, and it's so nice to start my day with such beautiful comments and blessings from you all. And I just thank you so much. And I just want to send it all back to you twofold. It's really quite a change. It's quite a turn of events in my life to be able to wake up to compliments every day. It's quite humbling. So thank you. Really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And I'm sending you all so much love. And if you'd like a private reading with me, as usual, my email's in the description box below. I really do appreciate the support. And I hope to see you all in the next reading. Ciao.